Hello, Normal Park third graders. I am Miss Huter, and I am so excited that we're going to start something brand new today. So today we're going to start talking about multiplication. So what I want you to do really quickly is, if you don't have your bomb, I want you to get your bomb out, and I want you to go to your table of contents page. And we're going to write multiplication on our next table of contents, and we're going to put page, and mine is going to start on page number 5. So you should have numbered your pages and all that good stuff. So here at the top, I'm going to write multiplication. And down here at the bottom, I have page number 5. Okay? So if you need to pause the video for a minute to get your bomb set up, please go ahead and do that. But multiplication should go in your table of contents. So now that we have our bomb set up, we're going to come back and write some more things in that in just a few minutes. But we're going to start with our learning target today. And our learning target is, I know equal groups of refers to multiplication. We're going to be talking about equal groups so much today. So let's get started, okay? So I want to pretend that we have 10 students who come to the front of the class, okay? So imagine 10. My question is, how many arms would be all of the kids? So if there's 10 kids, we would count by twos 10 times. So we would say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So we're going to fill this out. So if I was going to write an addition sentence, I would say 2 plus 2 plus 2. I'm going to pause just for a second. So notice how he wrote this addition sentence. This is 2 plus 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 2 equals, and we said that it equaled 20. We call this a repeated addition sentence. Say that again, repeated addition. It's repeated because what number is repeated? 2, good. So how many 2's do you think are in this addition sentence? Good, there are 10. So 10 groups of 2 is 20. Notice how we say groups of. That goes back to our learning target just a second ago where it said groups of or equal groups of is going to refer to multiplication. So you're going to notice groups of, Ms. Huter's going to say it a lot of times. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Okay, on this one you're going to need some counters. Okay, so with your counters, what I would like for you to do is we're going to get 20 counters out. Okay, and with your counters, I want you to make equal groups of 2. Okay, so pause the video, and I want you to make equal groups of 2. Okay, so you had a second to make your groups of 2. So you have 20 counters. Now what I would like for us to do is let's count how many equal groups of 2 that we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So you're going to need to make sure that you keep your equal groups of 2 right there. I'm going to go back to our slides, and I want us to look at this, and let's answer some questions. So how many equal groups of 2 did you make? When we counted, we made how many equal groups? Good, we made 10. Okay? So now, it says write an addition sentence to show your groups of 2. Okay? So I would like for you to think for a second, what would my addition sentence be that matches my counters? Okay, I hope that you were thinking about what we talked about with our friends with 10 arms, or our 10 friends with 2 arms. Our addition sentence would be also a repeated addition sentence. So we have 10 counters, 10 groups of 2 for our 20 counters. So we have 10 2's. So we would have 2 plus 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 2 equals 20. So we can write this as 10 2's equals 20. Good. Now, here's the fun part. You see this sign right here? This sign stands for multiplication. So anytime you see that, we're going to be multiplying, okay? So I'm going to take this right here, and we're going to say 10, and this multiplication sign, the X, is going to stand for groups of. What's it going to stand for? You say it. Good, groups of. So we have 10 groups of 2. And 10 groups of 2 equals 20. Good. Okay? Okay, now we're going to use our counters to make equal groups of 3. So, you need to have equal. It means it should be the same number in each group. So pause the video, and I want you to make equal groups of 3. Okay, so you should have your equal groups of 3. I noticed something. As I was making equal groups of 3, I was counting 1, 2, 3 as a group. 1, 2, 3 as a group. And then I got to these 2. I have 2 counters left, but I don't have a third one to make equal groups. So I'm just going to push that to the side. Okay? So now what I want us to do is I want us to count how many equal groups of 3 do I have. So count yours, and then hold it up on your hand. How many groups do you have? Okay, so let's count my groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 groups of 3. Now look at your counters. How many counters do I have in all? I did have 20. I took these 2 away because I couldn't make an equal group. So how many counters do I have? Good, I hope you said that you have 18. So now let's go back and let's answer some questions about our counters. So, how many equal groups of 3 did you make? Good, you said when we counted we made 6. Okay, so now we're going to write an addition sentence to show our groups of 3. So when I look at my counters, I have 1 group of 3, 3 plus 3. My next line has 3 plus 3. My next line has 3 plus 3 equals something. Okay? Now I need to know my total of my counters. Okay? Just a second ago, we said we had 20, we took 2 away, so now we have 18. There's my 8 right there. Okay? So now I have how many groups of 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 3s equals 18. Now we're going to write this as a multiplication equation. This is the big 3rd grade part. I'm so excited. Okay, so think for a second, and I want you to think about what do you think would go here as our multiplication equation for our counters? We would have 6, we had our 6 groups, there were 3 in a group, so now we have 18. So 6 times 3 equals 18, okay? Okay, now we're going to take our counters and we're going to make equal groups of 6. Okay, so now you're going to get all 20 counters back out. And I want you to make equal groups of 6. Okay, pause the video and make equal groups of 6. All right, welcome back. So your counter should look something like mine. I have a group of 6 counters here. That's 1 equal group. Here's another group of 6. Here's another group of 6. And I still have these 2 counters over here that I could not make an equal group of. So I'm going to push those to the side because the thing with multiplication is that it has to have equal groups. Okay? So let's count how many equal groups of 6 we have. I hope you heard the word groups of. If you're hearing groups of, what are you thinking in your head? Our brand new thing we're talking about today, it is multiplication. So I hope you're thinking of multiplication. So I have 1 group of 6, 2 groups of 6, 3 groups of 6. So here, I am thinking in my head, I have 3 groups of 6. 6, and then I'm thinking about my total number of counters, which would be 18, okay? So now I'm going to go back to my questions, and I'm going to answer them. How many equal groups of 6 did you make? And your answer is? Good, it's 3. Write an addition sentence to show your groups of 6. Well, we had one group of 6, so that's 6. And this is my repeated addition, so 6 plus 6 plus 6. I have my 3 6's equals 18. Okay, and I know you're rock stars. I know you're already ahead of me. So how many 6's did I have? Shout it out. Oh, good, we had 3. And 3 6's equals what number? 18. Good. Okay, so now I see this multiplication symbol. Okay? I want you to write down and or you can write it on a piece of paper or you can say it out loud. What do you think my multiplication equation is going to be? Good, it is 3 groups of 6, which means that x equals 18. Okay, so if you're at home, you're not going to have a partner, and that's okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at this picture right here. I want you to, on a piece of notebook paper in your BOM, write a repeated addition sentence for this picture and a multiplication sentence. So go ahead and pause the video while you look at this and think about it. Notice how it's in a circle right here. This would be one group. And here is a circle, which is the second group. Welcome back. If you are not sure, it's okay. Ms. Huter's going to walk you through it. So here I have one group, and I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 dots inside of that circle. So I see 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 plus 4 equals, how many total gray circles do I have? Awesome. I have 8. Now let's write a multiplication sentence. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write my x. And my x equals groups of. Okay, so let's count first. How many groups do I have? 1 group, 2 groups. So I have 2 groups, and groups of means how many are in a group. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 groups of 4 equals 8. If you didn't get that, go ahead and erase it and fix it in your BOM. Okay, check my work. I did one, and I want to see if I'm correct. I drew these circles, and my repeated addition sentence is this right here, and my multiplication sentence is this one right here. Do you agree or disagree with me? So I want you to go ahead, and I want you to pause the video, and I want you to write in your BOM. Agree or disagree, and why? Okay, I hope you wrote D for disagree. We should definitely disagree with this one because what's the problem? Oh, I notice right here that there's not an equal group. So this cannot be a multiplication equation because you have to have groups of, okay? So that is all of the slides for this, but now what I want us to do is I want us to go to our BOM, okay? And we're going to take some notes in our BOM about equal groups of and multiplication. So in your BOM, you may have to record or pause the video, but I want you to write groups of equals x. That stands for multiply, okay? So if I write this as my repeated addition sentence, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. That is repeated addition. If I want to write a multiplication sentence, I would say I have 1, 2, 3 groups of 4. So 3 groups of, that's that x right there, groups of equals, or 3 groups of 4 equals 12. And that's my multiplication equation. All right, friends, that's all that we're going to add into our BOM today. So I will join you next time and we'll work some more on multiplication. Thanks for listening.